Welcome in, Goobers. This episode, we're actually in person. Last night, we were at the Dallas Cowboys and Arizona Cardinals Monday night game, brother. Ashton was in the building with me, man. I don't know, man. It's good to be in person, though. I will say.
It is good to be in person. It was a great game last night, man. I sure did enjoy it, man. It was great being in Dallas, watching all the fans go home sad. So that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, well, you're getting a sad Dallas fan this episode. So just to say this, like, there were a lot of Cowboys fans that left, like, very early last night. Just saying, like, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but you know who you are. So I didn't really like that too much. If you're a fan of your team, you got to stay, man. Like, I don't care how bad we're losing. Like, you got to stay, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of fan is that, dude? Like, I mean, like.
My thing is, if you spent the money to go, like, you're kind of just wasting money at that point by not staying for the whole thing, dude. Especially when you're playing the Cardinals, who are known to throw games away in the fourth quarter. I definitely would have stayed to the final. We did stay to the final snap, but, you know, I definitely would have if I was a Cowboys fan in that situation.
Yeah, well, I mean, we paid, good money for our seats, but I actually, I was impressed with the Cardinals. I can't lie. I thought Brissett looked really good. Marv just put Deron Bland on a twister mat. That was bad. Everybody has seen that video at this point. Like, Deron Bland, I can't believe we paid this dude. I can't believe it. I'm about to go on a rant right now about this guy because, like, I'm done with it. Look at you. You look at me. Deron Bland does not belong on a certain tier level of being one of the highest paid cornerbacks in football, my guy. There's no world. Like, you saw that? He was getting, his number's 26. He was giving up like 26 yards on every play. Like, it was insane, dude. And then we're out there playing like third string, like second string, like secondary players in our safety and cornerback room. It was a disaster to watch. It really was. I was angry from the jump because Marv's a great player, but man, Deron Bland, he is just that bad. Like, he's just that bad, dude.
It was consistent on third down. Every time a third down came up, Marv had Deron Bland in a blender. He had him a lot on third down. He needs to change his
last name from Bland to Blend and then he needs to add the ER at the end because he is irrelevant. Literally irrelevant, dude. I can't.
It's unfortunate, man. But you love to see what we saw out of Arizona last night until the fourth quarter. I really thought the Cardinals were going to blow that game in the fourth quarter. But
yeah, he was sitting there saying it the whole time. He's like, dude, I've seen this movie before, dude. We're up by more at the Titans, dude. Like, I'm telling you right now, dude, we're not going to win this game. Like, he kept telling me the whole time, dude, relax. Like, you're going to win this game. I'm like, no, we're not, dude. Like, I knew it. Like,
well, it was expected, and there was a big punch-out at the end of the game by my boy Cody Simon, third-round rookie. Yeah. That completely saved the game. If that doesn't happen, I think the Cowboys would have won that game.
We would have scored a touchdown and would have been a 3-point game.
That was one of the big things that stood out for Cardinals fans is how good the rookies did. Cody Simon was absolutely electric. Will Johnson was great. Denzel Burke had some clamps and an interception. And it was the debut of first-round pick Walter Nolan, who is an absolute disruptor. A tackle for loss, a sack, and a big deflection on third down. Walter Nolan was absolutely everything that we wanted him to be. And it was really great to see. This season's probably lost at this point, like at 3-5, like within our division. But you want to see the young guys do good, and that's exactly what we got to see last night.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was really impressed with the defense for the Cardinals too, because I mean, locking up CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens and making their life a lot harder. Like, there were a couple throws, dude, that I was like, man, if Dak threw that like a second later, that's a pick. Like, I mean, to the house, dude. But like, at the beginning of the game, we go down to the red zone. You guys have us on 4th and goal. I mean, this has happened back-to-back weeks where we just have not been able to finish with touchdowns in the red zone. It's super irritating. Like, that happened against the Broncos, which we really didn't talk about that game, but like, the defense looked super similar. Probably worse, honestly, in this game. Because, I mean, right out of the second half, dude, Michael Wilson comes out, gets like a huge, like 30 yards, like
50
whatever
yards,
it was.
yeah.
Like, he's getting a lot of yards. They're already almost in the red zone. Like, with one play. It's like, because I think it would have been 27-3.
Yeah.
If we didn't score that touchdown.
It would have been going into the fourth.
So it would have been what, 4-possession game. So that would have been, that's way worse. 27-3, like that's what it really should have been. Like that's what it really should have been, because we also missed a field goal before halftime. That was big too.
68-yarder.
Yeah, that was wild, dude. He had the leg, but he just was wide left.
He's no Cam Little.
No, dude. Dude, that guy's different, dude. Like, honestly, like.
But he's not that good of a kicker. Like, that's the thing, is that his, like, percentage isn't that good. He misses extra points. Like, he misses a lot of kicks, but he just has a crazy leg. So, like, when he does get the chance, he can hit a 68-yarder or a 70-yarder in the right conditions.
Yeah. I was a little upset of how that game go. I was expecting a win. We needed that win. But, hey. I mean, we're still second place in the NFC East, so
right.
Even after that, like
we're still 4 games. I think we're 3 games back in the NFC West with that win. So it really doesn't change much for us.
Yeah, I mean, we're like the NFC is so good this year.
Yeah.
Like, it's just hard like to be in our position. Like, I mean, Cardinals, Cowboys both have 3 wins, so like we're in the same boat basically.
Basically have to win out.
So like
both of us basically have to win out. And that's just highly unlikely.
Yeah, that's not going to happen probably. Because, I mean, we got a bye week, play the Raiders. We'll see how we look in that game, dude. We'll see. We'll see, dude.
The Raiders are not good. So, that'll be the good breakout game for some new additions that the Cowboys made today.
Yeah. Is there any other trades that have happened?
Let's go right into the Cowboys because we're already on the Cowboys. So, today's trade deadline day, and Jerry Jones said yesterday before the game that they had some moves that they were going to make. They said, we already have a trade done. We just got to finish it. And wake up this morning, Logan Wilson is now on the Cowboys. We're like, okay, that's it. That was the move. And then we're on our way back from lunch. And then what did Jerry Jones do, JB?
Quinnen Williams, dude. Holy cow. All I care about, you got rid of Mozzie Smith. That's all I needed, dude. This guy,
he did say that.
This guy was not good. We drafted him in the first round a couple years ago. I thought he was going to be a good player. But, yeah, Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark, man. I think, man, that's such a good team. It doesn't really help us when it comes to our secondary because I think that's still, like, has a lot of problems, but it's just not healthy either. So
well, it does help your secondary in a way to where the ball is going to have to come out much quicker now than it did before you had Quinnen Williams. Logan Wilson's going to guard over the middle a little bit more. There is upside for the secondary now, but maybe not as much as you would have thought.
I mean, like you said earlier today, like you said, all right, you're taking the Tylenol, you're kind of hoping the pain goes away just temporarily for just a little bit. Gives a little cushion. And then hopefully, it's going to be the pain is going to be way worse if we lose this year. Because now we're making trades to where we have expectations. And I don't want that. I don't want expectations in Dallas. I think we should just accept it. We're not going to win, dude. We're just not. It's okay. I've accepted it.
It's unfortunate, but it really is like, sorry, Adam Schefter's about to break some news. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I think that it's a huge move in a way that he's immediately your best defensive player in my mind.
Yeah.
I think Quinnen Williams, yes. I think, not Logan Wilson. I think Logan Wilson's a good player, but Quinnen Williams, I think, is one of the best defensive players in the NFL. I'm not saying he's top 5, but he's one of
he gets pressure.
He's an elite player.
The Cowboys have not been able to get pressure on the quarterback.
Exactly.
I think that's been. We had a couple moments last night in the Cardinals game, but
yeah, y'all had about 5 sacks last night.
Yeah, we had some moments. Like Donovan Ezraku, man. Like I like him a lot too. Like I think giving this defensive line a little bit more versatility, because like now you can run stop, now you can pass rush. Like and Quentin Williams is a player that can pass rush and he can stop the run. He can do 2 different things. So like that's important, and we just haven't had that. And yeah, like you said, like I think we basically traded Micah Parsons for a first round pick, Kenny Clark, and Quinn Williams. In my opinion, sitting here right now, 3 months later, we won that trade. Like, we did. I think we got more value than the Packers did because you're just getting one player.
I think, yes, from like the outside looking in, it does seem like the Cowboys got more. However, I think the Packers got exactly what they needed as well. So it's kind of like, I think it's a win-win trade. But yeah, if you were like from a 1,000-mile look, like I would say the Cowboys won that trade because of what they got from it. But I don't think the Packers are too upset from what they got either. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to make a playoff run this year with Micah Parsons being able to, I mean, he single-handedly beat Arizona when they played him.
Yeah,
so
but you were saying Micah Parsons was not really doing that good because of the
no, he was getting shut down by Paris Johnson, but then he went over to Jonah. I'm not getting mad about Jonah Williams. Jonah Williams also gave up 2 sacks last night, so who would have thought? I need that guy off my team immediately. But that's neither here nor there. But he did single-handedly win them that game. I mean, he made multiple big sacks on 3rd down when it matters the most, multiple tackles for loss when it mattered the most. Like, it does, like, I mean, he is that like game-changing player, and that was huge for Green Bay. They needed that kind of guy on defense. I think now the Cowboys they ended up with more depth on the defensive line, like a better overall defense.
Yeah.
But the Packers got like that game-changing player. But now, I mean, honestly, I think Quinn Williams can be that I really think he can be that for the Cowboys.
Does that make the Cowboys a playoff team?
If we weren't 8 games into the year, I'd say yes. I think the Cowboys are a playoff caliber team, but their secondary is still bad. Even though the ball's just gonna have to come out quicker, but that's still not gonna help much on 3rd down, curls and outs and stuff. That's not really gonna help them there.
Don't help either.
But they're just, like I said, the hole is just so deep. Like the Lions are the 7th seed in the NFC right now.
Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
I mean, do we really think the Cowboys or the Cardinals are better than the Lions? Like, not.
I don't think the Cowboys are gonna make the playoffs.
I don't think.
I think the NFC is just that deep.
That's exactly my point. Is that like
good? Like, I mean, do you think they're even better than San Francisco with all their injuries? Like, I think even that's like kind of like.
I'm not sure, especially if San Francisco gets Ayuk back soon and then Brock Purdy gets healthy. You know, I think they're going to be back to. I mean, I said it to you last night. I feel like the Niners have enough to make a Super Bowl run this year, even with their injuries. Like, I think it's possible. You know, they have every player they've lost, they have someone else who's pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're terrible. They're definitely not the best team in the NFC, but they're still like right there, ready for it. So, yeah, I'm not so sure. I think this trade for the Cowboys was more to make the team look better this year, and then going into next year with Quinn Williams as your star defensive player, and you can get more secondary help in the draft and in free agency.
Yeah, because we gotta. Yeah, that's what I was literally gonna say. I think it's. I think this kind of. I mean, last year we were expecting more of a push, but I think now just looking at the Jets side of things, they're 1-7. They're completely just rebuilding right now. I don't know if they're gonna keep Fields or if they're gonna try to get another guy or just build around Fields, but it definitely seems like the Jets are just hitting the reset button because they're like, okay, like we got a new coach, like maybe give him a new team because he came in and it really wasn't like it was kind of his team, but it kind of wasn't.
Right.
Like so it's kind of like all right, like maybe like give Aaron Glenn a clean slate, let him start over from scratch because I mean that's kind of what happened with Dan Campbell in a way in Detroit. Like he came in, new quarterback, new everything. And then just kind of rebuilt the culture from there. And maybe it's going to take some time, but I think that's probably the Jets' plan there.
Well, I just think the problem is that he was supposed to be a defensive guy, and you just traded away his best defensive players, being I can't remember his name. Who's the Jets' head coach? I got his picture in my head. Aaron Glenn, yes. Aaron Glenn's supposed to be a defensive guy, and then you trade away his best defensive players. Those guys aren't going to be easily replaceable. I don't think there's a Quinnen Williams or maybe Sauce Gardner in the draft. Like I just don't foresee that. That really is like buying a lottery ticket. But I do understand at the same point. I'm not so sure I agree on the letting Aaron Glenn. They might fire Aaron Glenn and try to go on an offensive way.
I don't think they should because you need to let a new coach kind of settle in.
The Jets' biggest problem is that they didn't have a quarterback this year, in my opinion. The O-line wasn't great either. There's a lot of problems with the Jets.
Yeah.
But I think that was their biggest one. But
The biggest problem is that they're the Jets.
But now they don't have their best D lineman or their best cornerback. I mean, I just think that you got significantly worse. Obviously, for the draft picks, a rebuild. But then, like, what is the point of having Aaron Glenn at that point? Because you need a quarterback
to keep some kind of stability. Because Aaron Glenn is a guy who's had success as a defensive coordinator. I get the defensive side of things, but also, like, when you do trade those kind of guys, like Sauce Gardner or Quinn Williams, like, you're stacking up draft picks. And, like, I feel like having those two players on your team and trying to add, it's just not going to – I don't think it's going to help the Jets win, especially when you have Justin Fields and you have a bad offensive line. Quentin Williams and Sauce Gardner are great, but they don't play offense. So I feel like that's just, like, kind of how the Jets are thinking right now is, like, okay, like, we need to just look at what we have and see what kind of value we can get. Because obviously, like, I mean, we could talk about the Sauce Gardner trade real quick. I mean, they got, what, 2 first-round picks?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot, dude.
It is
like,
a lot.
That's a huge, like, that's a big deal to have that. Because if you have those many picks,
right,
you can just keep rebuilding every single year. And I just don't think the Jets, they had those, like, 3 guys, like Breece Hall. We'll see if he gets traded. Quinn Williams, and then Sauce Gardner. I mean, those are 3 players that you can get for a lot of value for. So I think that's what they were looking at.
I understand that. I just don't think it's your best move when you have. I would trade one of those guys.
If they were maybe like 4 and like, if they were maybe like 1 game below 500, I'd see what you're saying. But I mean, they're 1-7.
Yeah, but then now
they've been mediocre for the past.
But it's
2
only
years.
going to get worse now. Like, it's only going to be way worse for the next. I guess my point is that what is even the point of having a coach like Aaron Glenn if the team you're clearly not trying to win? I don't mean this year. I mean next year you're not trying to win. You have 3 first-round picks in 2027. Like, you're clearly not trying to win for the next 2 years. So why do we have Aaron Glenn, who you're probably going to end up firing after next year when you go bad again? But you just set him up for failure as the GM. So it's really strange. Like, I'm not saying I think they should fire him. I just mean it just doesn't.
Well, it's like if you fire him, who are you going to get that's better?
It would have made more sense to me if the Jets traded Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall and then maybe Sauce Gardner. And then they got their picks that way and kept Quinn Williams so you can build, like, he's the leader of your defense. Because who is the leader of the Jets' defense now? Aaron Glenn is the defensive guy, and he has no, like, player to, like, be that voice for him on the team. Yeah. I think that's kind of my point is that, like, like when we got Jonathan Gannon in Arizona, he immediately, Budda Baker was the guy. Budda Baker was the leader of the defense. And then James Conner was the leader of the offense. And I just think you just traded your leaders on the defense, and now you don't have that. And now you really got to bank on getting one of those in the draft, but you also need a quarterback in the draft. You might need a running back. You also need a cornerback in the draft. Like, I don't know. I get,
feel like either way, like,
they're just playing Madden, and I just don't think that's going to work out for them.
It's actually proven. You remember last year with the freaking kid and the Madden thing?
Yeah, and they said the rating was too low.
Yeah.
Dude.
Real. That's why they said that's why the Devontae Adams trade happened.
That's so dumb, though. That's so dumb. Yeah, because
it's the Jets. Do you expect anything less? Like, do you expect anything else from the Jets action? Yeah, I don't. Like,
but that I know.
This is
I
what
mean,
the
you're
Jets
right.
do.
I get you're right, but it's just dumb. It's just so dumb. I get stocking up on draft picks. I'm all for that, especially when you're bad. I get it. But you do have to keep continuity there. And basically what you said is, the continuity staying is the coach, which, yes. But then the whole, like, all the players are gone at that point. Like, so you're going to have Aaron Glenn coaching a bunch of rookies.
Yeah.
And so then what's even the point? Like, I don't know.
Just to establish a different culture.
I guess.
Because, I mean, obviously you weren't winning with those guys on your team before.
No.
And you tried to get Aaron Rodgers. And we know what that happened with that. You got Devontae Adams. You could say last year that the Jets probably had a better roster than they do this year. And they were still not good. So, like, it's like, what do you do? Like, I mean, they fired Robert Saleh, but, like, was it really his fault?
No.
Like, I mean, he had the talent, but, like, How much can you really blame a coach?
And this isn't. I mean, and then they hired Jeff Ulbrich, and they sucked. And then, but
he's a defensive guy too.
And he's
That's
been
the
a
thing
great.
That didn't make any sense.
He's been a great defensive coordinator for the Falcons.
Everyone
this year.
was complaining about how the Jets had a defensive coach, and then the last 3 hires they've had have been defensive coaches: Robert Saleh, Jeff Ulbrich, and Aaron Glenn. Why would you go to defense when all these new coaches now are? You want to have a young offensive mind. I feel like that's the ideal new head coach now, like a Ben Johnson, like that, someone like that, like where you can maybe get some kind of spark on offense. Because, I mean, defense wins championships, but like if you don't have like a good enough offense, like you're just not going to be able to have some kind of life because you need some kind of hope there.
Right.
Maybe that's why they kept Garrett Wilson, because they're like, well, we can't really give him up because he's one of the best receivers in the league. He also sells tickets. Like, I mean, you brought that up with Sauce Gardner, like trading Sauce Gardner, his jerseys or whatever. But, like, I mean, offense is more glamorous than defense.
Right, but Garrett Wilson isn't doing anything this
but
year because he doesn't have a quarterback.
I'm thinking the way the Jets would. This is how I'm trying to embrace the Jets mindset right now. This is how the Jets think. I'm telling you right now. This is how they're thinking.
It's dumb. It's just dumb. Like I don't like it. I don't like the way they're team building, dude.
Is there any other like takeaways like from the trade deadline, like a trade that you really liked that we've seen so far?
I really like Sauce Gardner to the Colts. Yeah. I love that trade for both teams. I know I just got done saying, well, I don't get why they trade Quentin Williams, but I do get why you would trade 2 firsts for Sauce, because he's 2 firsts for a corner is crazy. I've never seen a corner go for that much. So like I kind of get that. Like, you're not winning anything anyways, so you get the 2 firsts around the board. Like, yeah, but you are trading a defensive leader, maybe. But I get more of that kind of vibe from Quentin Williams. I wouldn't have traded both. I would have traded 1, especially if I'm getting offered 2 firsts. But then sending him to the Colts, that immediately shows that the Colts are all in for this year.
Yeah.
And it makes their secondary much better than it was. And they're going to be a real threat. Like, they'll be around in the divisional and maybe conference championship, maybe Super Bowl run. Like, that pushes them above in everyone's eyes from where we saw them, even if you were a Colts believer. Like, this just makes them better.
Yeah, I agree with that. And also, like, the stat or whatever with Sauce Gardner having, like, only, I think it was, like...
He hadn't allowed more than 2 completions this whole, like, in a game this year.
That's nuts.
On his receiver.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting a lockdown corner, and the Colts now... I mean, the Colts already had a good defense.
Right. I mean, they already had Mooney Ward. They already had a good corner.
And they have a good D-line. Mm-hmm. Like, they can get pressure on the quarterback.
Latu's been a great edge rusher this year.
Yeah.
Like,
they have Buckner. Like, he's a seasoned veteran. Like, I mean, they have a lot of good players.
They've got a squad, man.
Like, I think this is tough. I just don't – the only problem I have with the Colts is I just don't know how Daniel Jones is going to be. Like, it kind of like – because, like, if he plays the way he did against the Steelers, like, I mean – we're looking at a completely different team.
Right.
Because, like, now you just don't have – but they also traded then they traded A.D. Mitchell, so you lose a receiver. So, like, does that hurt the Colts? Like, I mean, you already – that was kind of a depth position there. So, like –
I think they'll be okay. They still got Pittman and Alec Pierce. So as long as they stay healthy.
Tyler Warren, too.
And Tyler Warren's been pretty much the number 1 option.
Yeah.
Through the passing game, at least. So, yeah, I think they're okay. And then, I mean, you can kind of – I like A.D. Mitchell a lot, but I do think he was replaceable where some of those other guys just aren't. You know, you're not going to find another –
Sauce Gardner, so it's kind of like – you're kind of just like, all right, like, we're getting Sauce. Like, let's – where does that make – where is the Colts, like, when it comes to the AFC, like, pecking order for you? Like,
well, their ceiling –
yeah, like where do you? Like,
they could win the Super Bowl this year.
Are they like a certified like top 2 team in the AFC right now with that Sauce Gardner
right
trade?
Now?
Yes.
At the end of the season, I still don't think so. I don't think they're going to be able to beat the Chiefs or the Bills once the playoffs come around. I just don't. I haven't seen enough to make me like, oh yeah, this. I mean, they almost lost to the Cardinals, bro. So like, I just don't see that. Now the Bills did lose to the Patriots and the Falcons. But so it's kind of like weird. But I just trust the Bills more in a playoff game.
They've just been playoff.
Even if the Colts, let me explain it this way. Even if the Colts have a better roster than the Chiefs and the Bills have Josh Allen and the Chiefs have Pat Mahomes. And who do you trust more in a playoff game? Like, do you trust Daniel Jones or Josh Allen to make the play when the game comes down to it? So I don't know. I mean, I just don't think it really, even with Sauce Gardner, it makes them one of the best rosters, I mean, in the NFL, honestly. I think they have a top 5 roster in the NFL, but that doesn't always mean you're going to win championships.
Yeah.
So I just don't know where that puts them. They are lucky that the AFC's not great this year. I would expect the Colts to have the 1 seed in the playoffs. So if we're looking at it that way, because they're still the number 1 team in the AFC right now.
Yeah.
I don't think the Broncos and Patriots are tied with them.
They're in a 3-way tie.
But I think they'll end up I think they're a bit better than both those teams. So those teams just had easier schedules.
You think the Colts are better than the Broncos?
Yes, I do.
You think they're better than the Patriots?
Yes, by a lot, actually.
I think the Patriots just haven't played a lot
exactly.
of teams. I mean, they did beat the Bills. So, I do like that.
But so did the Falcons.
Buffalo.
But the Falcons beat the Bills, too.
Yeah,
so,
that's true, too.
I don't know. We don't know about the Bills. But we'll see. We do this every year.
But the Patriots just beat the Falcons, so that makes me feel a little bit better.
Right.
That makes
by one because of a missed extra point.
Yeah.
So,
But you know how it is. You take a win.
Yes, of course. And I think the Patriots are a good team, but I just don't. And I think they'll make the playoffs. But I just don't think they're going to.
If you have 7 wins, you're probably going to get them.
I just don't think they're ready for that kind of a real deal playoff run. If they would have made some sort of crazy move for a Trey Hendrickson at the deadline, maybe.
Or even Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, but they couldn't. In division, the Jets were never going to trade Sauce Gardner to the Patriots. I thought about that after when we were talking about that at Chili's. And I was like, dude, yeah, the Patriots should have traded for him. And then we were leaving, and I was like, no way they ever would have traded him to the Patriots in division. They would have charged 3 first-round picks in the division, dude.
Well, the only thing I think of is I want to get into do you want to get into some mid-season stuff real quick, or do you want to talk about any more trades?
Real quick, Adam Schefter said the Eagles' A.J. Brown has not been and will not be traded by today's deadline. What great news.
I heard that report a couple weeks ago.
Who the fuck thought A.J. Brown was going to get traded?
I don't know, dude. It doesn't even make sense. Why would you trade A.J. Brown? A.J. Brown is top 5 receiver in the NFL. Why would you trade him?
I guess just
why?
Because he's
he's a head case?
He's been weird with the team, I guess. That's all I can
Because he's not getting the ball. But that's fine. But honestly, I'm not going to lie, dude. I thought A.J. Brown could get traded to the Patriots at some point. I was thinking that could happen. I mean, out of conference trade, maybe. But, I mean, I don't think the Eagles are that stupid.
I just don't think the Eagles have any reason to trade him.
No, I mean, they're 6-2. They're still one of the best teams. There's no reason to get rid of him. The only reason you would get rid of him is if he wants out. And if he wanted out that bad, the Eagles probably would have traded him because A.J. Brown would have made it this huge deal. Because you know how he is when it comes. When he was getting out of Tennessee, that's how he was. He's like, all right, dude. He just kind of blew it up. I don't feel like he's done that with the Eagles. I feel like they're trying to mend that relationship because they know that if they don't have A.J. Brown, their chances of winning go down drastically.
For sure. Because
their defense is not the same, and also Saquon has not been nearly as good as he was last year. So the Eagles have just looked a lot different this year. They're still winning games, but they're not that dominant team like they were last year. But that's why the NFC's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. You have so many teams. You got the Rams. You got the Seahawks. Which actually, I brought up the Seahawks. Rashid Shaheed is now a Seahawk. That is a great trade. That is one trade I really love.
That's unfortunate. Perfect. It's a very unfortunate trade.
They looked amazing against the Commanders. You can say what you want about the Commanders right now, but for you to score, I think it was 28-0 with 4 minutes left in the second quarter of that game. 4 touchdown passes by Sam Darnold in the first half. That's legit, dude. And now you get an explosive, fast receiver like that. That's one of the best offenses in the league right now.
Yeah.
With that addition, for sure. They already were.
Yeah, and now they got a serious deep threat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then Smith and Jigba, like, I mean, now you can do so many different things with Smith and Jigba because I feel like you took a little bit of pressure off of him now because now you've got a huge speed guy that you can put on the outside. Like, that's huge.
Right.
Because JSN's a slot receiver, so like that helps him a lot. Gives him a lot more space to work with. Because you literally could just put Rashid on a clear out route and literally just make so much more space.
Yeah.
You just created so much more possibilities with that offense. And Sam Darnold, he can dissect a defense. I've seen it all season, including last year. Everyone knows that last year, the way he played was not a fluke. We're seeing it right now that he can actually sit in the pocket and really be accurate with the football.
Yeah.
I've been impressed with Sam Darnold, man. I think he's legit. I think right now he is definitely a top 10 quarterback. I think that's very, very realistic right now.
I mean, he's been playing at an MVP level this year. I just hate it. I don't like the
I know
Seahawks
you don't like
good.
the Seahawks. I'm not trying to glaze
I don't
the
want
Seahawks,
them to be good
but
at all.
I
You're
like
right.
what I've
Nothing you
seen.
said is false. Like, they did just get a lot better. They're probably one of the best teams in the NFL. Like, I just don't love that. I just don't like them being like that. And we got to play them next week. So,
Yeah.
But no, for sure. I mean, I really like that move for them. I don't like it for me. I like it for them. I kind of was hoping to wake up to us trading for a huge Shaheed, but,
But hey, I mean, if the Cardinals secondary plays the way they did last night,
yeah.
I mean, that could be if the Cardinals win that game, that would be a statement win because it would be like, all right, like we can go on the road and beat Seattle, and maybe we got some life back in our season. I'm just saying. I know you don't like optimism, but I'm just telling you, if you guys win that game, that'll change the season.
I don't not like optimism, but I like realism, and the realism is that the Cardinals are just too far back to like they have to win out basically. They can only afford like one more loss, and it's just not realistic. So unless a lot of people get injured, but that's neither here nor there. I love the trade for the Seahawks, man. I'm hoping Sam Darnold turns into a pumpkin for the rest of the year. As I really don't like.
Yeah, you want Jalen Milroe in there, don't you?
I'd love to see. I would love to see Jalen Milroe playing quarterback for the Seahawks. That would make my day. I'm serious too. Jalen Milroe stinks, but that's neither here nor there.
What's he done this year?
He fumbled the ball.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
he was in the game.
Yeah, he played and fumbled the ball. That's pretty good.
Did he throw a pass? Or
No,
he's just running.
No, he's just running. Of course, that's what they drafted him for.
Yeah, they did.
I wouldn't have drafted him. That's anything right there.
And then just one more trade.
What you got?
I think Jags needed to make this move. Jacoby Myers going to the Jaguars. That's a good trade. You just lost Travis Hunter for like at least 4 weeks. Non-contact knee injury, by the way. They said his ACL is still intact, so that's good. But I don't know. We were talking last night, like it could be something else. So that helps the Jags for sure. Gives them more offense.
Yeah.
Just fills that void for at least a couple.
Jacoby Myers is a legitimately good receiver. Yeah, he's a good receiver. He's gonna help for sure. He's a like a what's it called? A blanket, like a safety blanket. He's a safety blanket kind of receiver to where you can go to him when you're in a pinch and a third down when the pressure's in your face. You go Jacoby Myers. He's a good receiver, man. That's a good trade for the Jags, who are obviously trying to keep their head above water right now.
Yeah, because they're. I think the Jags are going to be fighting.
Yeah, they're right on the edge of that playoff,
They're
and
number
they're
7
right in front of the Chiefs.
Yeah,
So they really need to keep pushing forward, and I like that move for them.
Well, they've got a couple games coming up: Texans, Chargers, and then y'all.
Yay! We get to play Jacksonville.
They'll probably beat the Texans, though.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. The Texans have been up and down.
Texans are done.
They've been up and down. Well, if Stroud's out, but he just had a concussion, like he could come back next week.
That hit was pretty bad, though.
Yeah, I agree. But Davis Mills was slinging it around a little bit, dude.
What'd you think of? I know. I want to ask you this because I heard D'Amico Ryans talking about it when a quarterback's like sliding. Like he was saying that the defender didn't let him slide. Like he kind of just hit him when he was on the way down.
Yeah.
And his head just bounced off the turf. Do you think that was? You saw it, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you think that was were you surprised that wasn't like okay, like you shouldn't be doing that?
I don't think it should have been a penalty, but I was surprised that it wasn't, if that makes any sense at all. Like, because they call a penalty on anything if you hit the quarterback nowadays.
Yeah,
so I really thought it would.
Dude, if that was Mahomes, dude, I'm telling you.
But I don't think the guy meant to injure C.J. Stroud. I think he was just coming at him, he just couldn't stop. Like, that's just how it works in football, and then these stupid penalties happen because of it. And I don't know. I'm always going to be on the defensive side on that one, unless it's blatant, and I don't think that one was blatant. But I was surprised there wasn't.
The quarterback.
But I guess in the writing of the rules, he wasn't a defenseless player like C.J. Stroud at that moment. So I don't know.
You're sliding.
Well, he wasn't quite sliding yet, right? He was about to slide.
Yeah, but if you see that, you're obviously going to give the player space.
Well, Kenny Pickett did that once, and he fake slid and ran into the end zone in college. So, you kind of can't give anyone. And what's his face? Mahomes did it earlier this year, where he was about to, he was looking like he was going to slide, and he gave his full shoulder into that guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, you can't really, the moment you give that guy space, he's just going to keep going. You really do got to close the gap. That's why it's so lame. That's why it's so lame that there's got to be a penalty for everything, because you really don't know. You really don't know. So
yeah. Should we get into some midseason stuff? Talk about some,
we can.
Middle of the season.
We got 5 more minutes to the trade deadline, and I'm not seeing anything going on.
I know he's upset about one trade. So it's week 9, middle of the season right now. I think it's time to make some predictions for some championship games.
Look at this picture of Jerry Jones.
What a guy.
I just like this picture. I know you can't see it, but it's pretty awesome. We'll put it on the screen. Sorry. That was on my Twitter page, and I really liked that picture of Jerry Jones.
You know what? That picture of Jerry Jones is all right. What are we cooking up with the predictions here, dude? What are we doing? Do you want to start with the AFC? I feel like let's get the AFC out of the way, because I feel like we'll spend more time on the NFC.
Okay. So
AFC Championship. Right now, week 9, midway through the year, who are the 2 teams you got in there?
It's not going to make anybody happy, but it'd be the Bills and the Chiefs. I think the Bills and the Chiefs are just consistently good, and all these other teams are they're vying for it. I just don't think quite have it. Now, I think you could interchange either of those teams with the Colts, and I wouldn't be surprised at all, because I do think the Colts have everything. I just don't believe in Daniel Jones. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to believe in it until I really see it. I don't care what he does in the regular season, But I do think they are good on all 3 levels. They have a great running game. They have a great intermediate game, which is what really pops in the playoffs, are those 2. So I do think the Colts are built for a deep playoff run. But if I'm being honest with myself, I just expect it to be Chiefs and Bills again, which I don't love. I would rather it be Colts and Bills. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But I doubt that. I also, one last team I mentioned it earlier, I think the Ravens could still make a little run here in the playoffs, dude. I don't think they're nowhere near dead. When you have Lamar as your quarterback, you're never dead. The defense has actually been kind of lights out, and they just traded for Draymond Jones last night, so they added some edge rushing help. They're still here. Their defense is still getting better. They're only 2 games out of the AFC North. So, they're right there. All they need to do is get ahead of Pittsburgh, and they're...
I think that's the key, what you said right there, is the AFC North. Because they could easily win that division.
Exactly.
Because it's not a powerhouse division like it's been, with 3 teams potentially being able to make the playoffs. You're probably going to have 1 team only making the playoffs out of that division, most likely.
Probably, but in theory, there could be 2 if Pittsburgh keeps winning. But, yeah, that's exactly Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry in the playoffs can beat anyone 90% of the time. So you put those 2 teams in the playoffs, I think. I like the 4 teams I named. I think it'll be those 4 teams. No disrespect to the Patriots or the Broncos, but those are the 4 I look at. The 3 who have done this before, who have been here before. And I think the Colts just have the best, like I said earlier, the best roster to be able to make a run like this.
Mm-hmm. I agree with the Chiefs. I have the Chiefs in there in the AFC Championship, the Mahomes thing. You can't ignore that. And they're getting healthy. Mm-hmm. Their receivers are healthy. Their defense is still really good, in my opinion. And then I got the Broncos in there. I know how you feel about the Broncos. They've been winning a lot of games they probably shouldn't, but they're 7-2. And when you get to the playoffs and you're in a close game like that, I feel like the Broncos are going to be able to know what to do because they've been in that situation in the regular season. And also, Bo Nix, he made the playoffs last year. I know they lost, but having a second-year quarterback return to the postseason, that's huge, I think. And I think Bo Nix has looked really good this year. I think he can run. He's definitely been throwing the ball really well. They have a lot of good receivers, but the one thing I want to emphasize, Denver has the best defense in the league right now. In my eyes, they probably have the best pass rush. I mean, that pass rush is nuts. They get after the quarterback on any given Sunday. And then when Pat Surtain comes back, that's a team I don't want to play. I feel like the Colts and Broncos have a very similar roster. They also have good running backs. The problem is I think the Broncos have Bo Nix. He's better.
You think Bo Nix is better than Daniel Jones?
Yes.
I don't think
Bo
the
Nix is better
Broncos.
than
I
Daniel
think
Jones.
the big difference is the Broncos' running game is not nearly as good as.
Yeah, because they don't have Jonathan Taylor. But I mean,
Well,
they have
not even that.
Dobbins and R.J. Harvey.
Well, Dobbins has been fine, but R.J. Harvey rushed for 5 yards on Sunday.
But he's also been a receiver.
Yeah, he's been very good as a
He's
receiver.
been way. I think that was the one thing that me and you talked about. R.J. Harvey's like draft profile.
Yeah.
Like, can he be a formidable receiver in the NFL?
And he has been.
And he can. And I think that's opened up a really big part of this offense that
sure.
I didn't think we were going to see yet. And you also have Sean Payton. I think if the Broncos don't have Sean Payton, I think this conversation is completely flipped over on its head because
Right.
I wouldn't be saying this about the Broncos. But Sean Payton, he is a Super Bowl champion. He also is grooming Bo Nix to be the next Drew Brees. He really looks like a taller version of Drew Brees. When I watch him play, I see the exact same resemblance. He can just run, and he's an Oregon Duck. He's been running. He's been rolling out. I love Bo Nix, bro. I think this team has a lot of possibilities. Zach Allen and Jonathan Cooper are really good players.
Nick Bonito.
I love this defense. This defense is so good. Like Justin Simmons. Like, I mean, there's a lot of good players. And Sean Payton is the coach that can do it. He can. If any coach can game plan for the Chiefs, that AFC Championship would be crazy. Andy Reid versus Sean Payton, just off coaching wise. That'll be amazing. That's what I got in the AFC. I do think the Colts are in there for sure. I think the Bills are in there too, but I don't. Yeah. Other than that, I don't see the Patriots going deep, just because they just haven't. I mean, they haven't been to the playoffs in a while, and Drake May's been great, but
Right, none of these.
they have been beating teams like the Titans, the Dolphins, and not good teams.
But when you have a quarterback like Drake May, I think you can beat.
Do you think Drake
anyone.
May's better than Bo Nix?
Yes, I do. I think I think Bo Nix is in a better system for him than Drake May is. But it's actually been the McDaniel system's actually worked really well for Drake May. I've seen Drake May make throws.
So Drake May is
Bo
better.
Nix could never
Drake
make.
May is better than Bo Nix.
I think Bo
Daniel
Nix.
Jones is better than Bo Nix. Those two guys. So you think Daniel Jones is better than Drake May?
I think Daniel Jones has played better football this year than Bo Nix has. Yes.
Drake May or Daniel Jones?
Probably Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has been really good this year. I cannot express that enough. Like, Daniel Jones has been really good. Everyone's stuck on, he was this guy on the Giants. It doesn't matter what he was on the Giants. Who he is right now, he's been he honestly has been a top 5 quarterback in the NFL this year. He has. I know he didn't have the greatest game against the Steelers, but so what? Like, I think you're letting that overshadow the other 8 games that he played where he was actually lights out, like, every single game. He's been super accurate. He's been super poised. I think Bo Nix and Drake May can make throws that Daniel Jones can't. But so I'd say they're more talented. But I think the experience that Daniel Jones has in his 7 years in the NFL, I think is actually really helping him, and he's just making the right throw every single time.
I just think the system that Bo Nix is in is better.
I mean, the Shane Steichen's offense has been really good too, like really good. So
I think they're definitely in there, but I got the Broncos.
That's fair.
And Chiefs in there. Now the NFC, this could be like, I swear, a million different combinations for me. you want me to start? Or you
Yeah, go ahead, because I'm gonna look at this.
Okay, so I got the Eagles in the NFC Championship. I know they haven't been the most exciting team to watch. Believe me, I'm tired of this tush push. But they know how to win. The Eagles know how to win. They know how to get it done. They've been there before. Jalen Hurts may not be the most flashy quarterback, but he does plays to win. He gets the job done. And I think in NFL, whether it's a pretty win or an ugly win, all of it is the same. So like I feel like the Eagles are gonna be there. I just don't. I know their defense is not as good, but they've made some moves. We'll see. You said Jair Alexander's cooked, but I maybe Jair can help him a little bit. But I mean, I still think the Eagles are gonna be there. I still think they are, and I wouldn't. And then also the other team that I think is gonna be in there, Seattle Seahawks. I think are gonna make the NFC Championship. I think they're gonna get there. I think their defense is good enough, and their offense is good enough. And I've talked about the Seahawks a lot, but I like their team. I like what they've been doing. The Rashid Shaheed trade, I think, makes that point even better for me. So I've got Seahawks, Eagles in the NFC Championship right now. That's where I'm looking at.
I have no problem with that. I think that actually makes a lot of sense. It's pretty similar to what I was going to say. My first thing, I was going to put Seattle in there too. But, I really like what Tampa Bay's been cooking this year. The more I looked at it, the more I've decided that I think if I had to make a guess, if Tampa Bay can stay healthy, if Tampa Bay can get healthy, not even stay healthy, they haven't been healthy.
They're not healthy right now.
If they can get healthy.
Yeah, which I don't know.
I think I don't either, but I do like.
Because I was thinking about Tampa too.
How good they're. Because I was looking at who the Seahawks had lost to. And they did lose to Tampa. Now, that game was insanely close. But Tampa did that with a depleted team. So if Tampa gets healthy, I think they could beat Seattle in the playoffs. I really do. And so that's not even my bias. It's just like, okay, and you're going to know it's not biased because I got Tampa versus the Rams. The Rams' only two losses were both flukes. They lost to the Eagles on a blocked field goal. So I guess it's not a fluke, but I mean, come on. They did everything.
But they were winning.
They did everything right to win that game. And then their other loss was to the Niners, and again in a game that they threw away. They fumbled at the 1 yard line. I think those are my two teams because I think those are two of the best teams in the NFC. But there's a lot. If I had to do two more teams like I did earlier, it'd be yours. It would have been Eagles and Seahawks. Those are like the four teams I think that really look the class act of the NFC. But I also think if the Lions can just get their shit together. They're just inconsistent right now, man. Yeah. But if they get their shit together, they are definitely right there with everybody. I
don't know what's going on with them right now.
I mentioned it earlier, but the Niners, if the Niners get Purdy back and he starts playing at that level again, he's going to get Ayuk back at some point. The defense is not great, but even with all their injuries, they still got guys. They still fight hard. I think the Niners can make it. You can really make an argument for anyone in the NFC right now. And I think that's why it's so hard to make a prediction. But I guess I'd go Bucks, Rams, and probably take the Rams, which I don't love that either. But the Rams just how do you stop Matt Stafford, Nakua, and Devontae Adams? You don't. No one's been able to.
I think Stafford's probably MVP right now.
Could be. He's been on another level, man. They've been beating up on bums the past couple weeks, but that's neither here nor there.
But Matt Stafford was he was hurt going into the season.
Right.
So I think there was a lot of question marks on whether he could get back to what he was doing a couple years ago. And even when they won that Super Bowl. So I think it's very encouraging for the Rams. That NFC West is so good, man. It's just such a good division.
Yeah, it is.
It's so good.
My first thought was going to be Rams Seahawks, which I hate. I would be so upset if that game happened in real life in the NFC Championship game. But then I like I said, the more I thought about it, I want to put the Bucks in there. Honestly, again, if we're really using our full brain, I'd probably take the Eagles again because they've been there before.
They know how to do it.
They know what they're doing. Their defense wasn't very good last year. Their offense was having some struggles besides in the run game, and then it all came together when it mattered.
Yeah.
So if we're going off trust, I would trust the Eagles the most in the NFC because I've seen them do it before. I've seen them do it multiple times.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really weird, man. I don't love making predictions like this because it doesn't. I had to. I had to. A lot can change. A lot can come down to circumstance, man. I mean,
injuries.
Yeah, weather.
Yeah, weather, like that snow game in
Yeah.
the divisional round versus the Eagles and Rams.
One crazy
Great game,
performance.
by the way.
Exactly what like I know we're on the NFC now, but like I said about Drake May, one insane performance could eliminate a really good team. Like if say it's Chiefs Patriots in the playoffs and Drake May goes absolutely insane and beats the Chiefs. I don't think that's the craziest thing in the world. We saw it a couple years ago. Sorry. But when Jordan Love went into Dallas and went insane on the Cowboys. Like the Cowboys offense played pretty good that game, but it didn't matter because Jordan Love was torching the defense. So like that can happen. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up an old wound, put salt in the wound, but like that can happen is my point. So there really is no telling.
It's okay. We can't.
A team can really get hot and just if the Lions figure it out, they are the hardest team in the NFC to beat, in my opinion. When they are clicking on all cylinders, they're impossible to stop.
And talk about a team with experience too.
Exactly. So
they should have won because last year I feel like they kind of like were dominating everybody, and then that's why I like the Broncos so much in the AFC is because they're in a lot of close games, and I feel like last year the Lions they weren't in a lot of close games last year.
Right.
They might have won 15 games, but like once you get into the playoffs, you're playing against the Commanders, a team who no one thought was going to do that to the Lions ever.
Right.
Like everybody was penciling the Lions in to go to the Super Bowl. Right. And this year, I mean, they just lost to the Vikings. Like the Vikings suck. They are not good.
So their defense is pretty good.
But J.J. McCarthy only threw for like 140 yards.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Like,
and see, that's exactly my point, though. And the Commanders last year were the perfect example. They weren't nearly one of the most. They probably weren't a top 10. Well,
the Commanders?
Yeah, they might not have been a top 10 talented team in the playoffs last year, but they were in the NFC Championship game because they got hot at the right time. So that could easily happen with the Patriots or with the Niners. Like that can happen with any team. So
what about the?
And anyone can be beat.
What about the Bears?
I don't love the Bears.
In the NFC North. That NFC North's loaded too, dude.
Yeah, but I think the Bears have kind of gotten bailed out quite a lot these past couple weeks. They could very easily be 3-5 right now, not 5-3. But I mean, they're good, like they're solid. But I don't think this is the Bears year. I think next year the Bears will be like way more like really like legitimate threat. And this year it's kind of like
all right.
Your
let's
second
see what
fiddle.
we got in Caleb. Let's see what we got in Ben. Like,
what you said is true. Like, yes, they could if they start winning right at the end of the season and start clicking. Yeah, the Bears could beat the Eagles in the playoffs, or the Rams, or the Seahawks, or it doesn't matter. They could beat one of the best teams in the NFC because that's how football works. It's all about getting hot at the right time. In 2016, the Falcons did it. They won like 8 straight games to end the year, going into with the playoffs included, and they just looked like the best team and dominated the Patriots in the first half. Like, but they weren't that team at this point in the season. At this point in the season, they weren't. No one was talking about the Falcons going to the Super Bowl. So it's like, it's all about getting hot at the right time. And that's what I'm hoping Arizona did last night. End of discussion.
What is, when you're looking at the playoffs right now, what's one team that is out of the playoffs in each conference? One team that's out of the playoffs right now that you think will be in at the end of the season?
Baltimore and the AFC. I mean, and the Chiefs, obviously, but they're like right outside. But I'm gonna say Baltimore. And then the NFC.
I know you don't really have a lot of selection there.
I don't think any of these teams are gonna make the playoffs. I guess the Bears, if they get hot, they're right on the edge right now. Technically the same thing for the Panthers, but I don't think the Panthers got it. Minnesota has a good defense. If McCarthy starts clicking, could be Minnesota. I mean, they're 3 games out, but Arizona played like they were a top 10 defense. They've had a top 10 defense all year. Like, if Arizona can stop fumbling the game in the fourth quarter, I think Arizona could be that. I really do think they can make a playoff run. The problem is that the Lions are the 7 seed. I cannot express this enough.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I just don't think.
The 7 seed. That's crazy.
That's the problem. It's like, yeah, the Cardinals are like 2 games out of the playoffs in theory. That's not too bad. Exactly. I don't think they're gonna get past the Lions. The one team I could see falling out is the Niners, even though I just said, oh, well, the Niners could make a run, or the Packers, honestly. Hold up. The Packers just lost their best offensive weapon.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft, yeah.
I think the Packers could end up falling out and not make the playoffs. So if one team is going to jump in, that'd be my team to fall out. I'm serious. They have been so dependent on Tucker Kraft.
And now they don't have him.
Exactly.
And they look bad against the Panthers.
And they didn't make a move for a tight end.
They also have not looked good defensively. Like, it's so crazy because I made that video a couple months ago saying the Packers were the best team in the NFL, which after the first 2 games, they definitely were. But now it's just like, what are we doing? Like, I've talked about Jordan Love. What is this footwork? What are these mechanics? Like, where is he? Like, where's the discipline with this guy? It's like fadeaway jumpers. It's like a Dirk Nowitzki throw. Like, every time he throws the ball. It's like, what happened? And I don't get it. And I know they haven't been healthy when it comes to receivers either. But Jordan Love has to show that he can be consistent. And he just has not been consistent this year. Like, I don't know what the problem is. Like, I really don't know what the problem is with Jordan Love. He looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the league one day, and then the next week he's like, what are we doing, dude? Like, I saw someone saying, like, yeah, it's not Jordan Love, he's Jordan-like. Because you like him, but you don't love him. Like, that's the problem with Jordan Love is you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you have a game, like you said, with the Cowboys, where he just is torching a defense, and then you have a game like the Panthers, where it's like a game winner in Lambeau. Like, you're losing to the Panthers at home.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Well, they might have lost because of those ugly ass uniforms. That might have been part of it, but
yeah,
I think uniform curses.
I like those helmets, kind of. I kind of like those helmets.
They look cool.
The leather concept was a good
by
idea.
themselves. I'm a fan. We had Illinois did the same thing. We had that at work. It was pretty cool. I like the look of it. I don't like the way it looks on the field.
With the blue, too.
I don't like the. Oh my God! Did you see Romeo Dobbs had the Guardian cap and then the cover was the leather? That looks so bad, dude.
He wears a Guardian cap every.
I know he does, but the leather one was just bad. Some
Guardian caps look good and some don't.
That one wasn't.
Like, if you have a white helmet and you're wearing a white Guardian cap, I feel like that's probably the best Guardian cap you can wear.
Yeah.
Because it just blends in better.
Well, that guy in the Buccaneers has one, and like the color doesn't match the helmet.
It's not the right.
It's the wrong color. Yeah. So it looks weird as hell, dude.
Like, whoever's making these uniforms, why don't you make it the same color?
He looks like he just has a giant head.
A giant. Oh, you remember that? God, it was in like the old Maddens. It was the 5-on-5s, the 5-on-5 fatheads.
Oh yeah.
Go out there in like a short field and score like 70 points in like 5 minutes. Those are some good times, dude. Those are some good Those are some good Maddens. I miss those Maddens a lot.
Damn, Madden used to be good. That's another thing. Some news. EA Sports announced a contract with the NFL till 2030. So Madden's not going to change at all for the next 5 years.
Yeah, well,
yippee!
TV better get college football back.
YouTube TV.
Can we please get college football back on YouTube TV? Please.
It's cooked.
Please. Why is it taking, like, I can't watch college football. I can't.
Like I said, I said this earlier to you, but obviously YouTube TV needs ESPN to like
have some kind of
right. But it also for ESPN, it's clearly been a push to buy their stupid ESPN
Plus
Unlimited bullshit, which is $30 a month, by the way.
That's expensive.
But you get all the ESPN channels and all the ESPN Plus stuff. Is the idea. But like, I mean, I saw Greg Sankey when it happened. The commissioner of the SEC was like, easy fix, and he signed up for ESPN Unlimited. So, like, why is the commissioner doing ads? The commissioner of the SEC is doing ads for ESPN or for ESPN.
Yeah, because the ESPN loves the SEC.
Yeah,
they
clearly
love the SEC.
Well, they have a money deal.
They have an SEC network on
Right,
ESPN.
that's what I was gonna say. They have a deal.
That's why they're promoting it.
But that's so whack, dude. That's so
I
whack.
love that because I've never heard an SEC fan say that once that it was whack. That's literally the whole committee proposition is ESPN, SEC. It's been a thing forever, dude. It's been a thing forever. The ESPN just loves the SEC. They love them.
Well,
love them.
They pay them the money. They have their contract with the SEC. So, like, yeah, I mean, obviously. Like, they don't really show other teams.
But they also have a contract with the ACC, but they throw them in the dumpster. When do you see the same respect for ACC on ESPN? Never. It's never the same respect. It's completely like, oh, you're the ACC. Oh, this and that. Oh, you're not. They're talking about the ACC being a one-bid team, one-bid league this year. One team's going to get into the ACC for the playoff this year. It probably will happen, by the way.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, ESPN has a deal with ACC. ESPN has a deal with SEC. And you see the difference in how they treat the ACC. You just see it.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia Tech, NC State was on ESPN2, and they had, I don't even know who was on regular ESPN. That was a top 10 matchup on the road, and they had it on ESPN2, not on ESPN.
Yeah, exactly.
What game was on ESPN? It doesn't matter.
Probably some SEC game.
Nothing crazy, though. It wasn't like it was like a better game. I know that, because there wasn't a better game on at that time, so.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, anything else we should talk about?
No, I think we're good, man. I think we covered most of our bases. I did see one thing. I got one more thing. I saw something on Twitter by Benjamin Albright, who's usually correct. He's not always right, but he usually is. And I think it was Trevor Sikkema was like, I need a Kyler Murray trade to the Jets to really spice up the trade deadline. And he said, no, he said to the Raiders, not to the Jets. And basically he said that it's not going to be it's not happening today. It'll be the offseason, and that it's going to be an East Coast team. And then his next tweet was about how the Jets are going to use their pick on a quarterback, but not in the draft. So it kind of, from his reporting, I just think this is interesting. From his reporting, it looks like Kyler Murray to the Jets. That doesn't mean anything, because why would there be a trade? What is that, like 4 months in advance? 5 months? Like, there's no way that's in stone. But I do think that's something interesting. It would have been interesting if they would have done that trade today, but that didn't happen. So I just think that's something interesting. Keep your eye on, maybe for the offseason if you're a Cardinals or Jets fan. If you're a Jets fan, maybe it's not over for you. If you're still alive and you're a Jets fan, leave a comment below.
Leave a comment below. Also, I got one more thing.
Okay.
I got a shout out to my dad. I appreciate the text message on the show. This is about the Quinnen Williams trade.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I don't get that trade. We need secondary, not DT. That's what he said.
Well,
we're reading your text out loud on the show, Dad. So
yeah, we're putting you on blast.
Yeah. So
we kind of went over
about that.
We kind of went over how it's already, but it's gonna make it's gonna help the secondary by having a better D line, right? Also, if they couldn't trade for Sauce, no other DBs really moved at the deadline. Not any
I'm actually surprised that Sauce didn't go to the Cowboys. Now that I think about it.
Yeah,
why would they not trade for him? Just saying. Do you think
I'd rather have Quinnen Williams than Sauce Gardner?
Really? If you're the Cowboys, you would rather have
I didn't say
Quinnen
if I was
Williams?
the Cowboys. Yes, but
you need Sauce though. That's a given. You need a cornerback.
Yeah, I guess, but you're paying a cornerback $93 million now. You'd be the anti-Bengals. That's the biggest problem. You know how the Bengals pay 2 receivers top of the line? The Cowboys would be paying 2 cornerbacks top of the line money, and one of them's ass. So, and you still wouldn't. It still wouldn't help your pass rush. I know they had a great pass rush last night, but I cannot express to you the Cardinals O-line is not good. So,
Yeah, I don't. I think you would rather get Sauce if you're the Cowboys because it just makes more sense for your team and what you need because we already have a defensive tackle. I mean, we just got Kenny Clark, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to have another one. It doesn't hurt, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. He doesn't like it though.
Well,
he doesn't like it.
I think it's a great trade for the Cowboys.
We'll see how it works out, bro.
It'll work out good when he plays against the Raiders.
Let us know in the comments your favorite trade, the deadline, and also let us know your picks for the NFC, Super Bowl picks as well. Oh yeah, Super Bowl pick. Who wins it? Before we go,
The
Super Bowl.
Arizona Cardinals.
All right. I'm gonna be realistic. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I think they're gonna run it back. I've been saying that for a while now. I think it's a boring pick, but it's gonna happen.
Go Cardinals.
That's it. That's it, dude. Unless somehow it's the Cowboys' year, which every year it seems to be the Cowboys' year. So I'm kind of giving up on that theory. The Cardinals look like a grown man football team. We looked like a peewee team out there, dude. Like, which actually is crazy, dude. Did our Uber driver say that peewee football is more pure
Yeah, he
than
did.
the NFL football? Do you agree with that?
I think what he was trying to say is that they're playing for the love of the game, not for anything else.
Not for money.
Not for money, not for clout, not for name or whatever. Like they're literally doing it, which is kind of true, but they're also playing for development and to try to get, like, even nowadays, some of these kids, like kids, like 10, 11-year-olds have like deals to go play for different rec teams. So, I mean, no, not really. But I mean, to an extent, yes. Because when you're a kid, you really are just playing for the love of the game. You're not really, like when I played high school football, I did it because I wanted to play football, not really because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to college.
Diamond chains. And
Yeah.
luxurious cars. And
Our coach wouldn't let us do that anyways. But
well, you were talking to me about Kirby Smart flying in on a helicopter.
he did fly in a helicopter. That's pretty cool. At my high school, it was pretty cool. But our coach was really strict about like no jewelry, no AirPods, well, they didn't even have AirPods back then. But Coach Davenport, shout out Coach Davenport, dude. He played receiver for Georgia Tech in the '90s.
Really?
He went one-on-one with Deion Sanders at Florida State.
How'd he do in that one?
I don't know. Look it up. Coach Davenport, though. Steve Davenport. Shout out, bro. He was a good coach. Man. It was a really good team, bro. It was a really good coach, man. Shout out Yusuf Corker. All SEC. Safety for Kentucky. Shout out, what was his last name?
Over here spacing on his coaches.
No, I knew my coach. I'm naming players now, dude. Yusuf Corker was our cornerback, but he ended up playing safety at Kentucky. Shakur Brown was he played corner and receiver, but he ended up playing corner at Michigan State. Solid team. Trey Allen, he ended up playing linebacker for Georgia Southern. A solid team. And Shakur and Yusuf both had stints in the NFL, short ones. But Shakur won an XFL championship.
Oh, nice.
On the Arlington Raiders, or not Red Raiders.
I think it's the
blue. They were blue.
Something. They're a blue team.
Yeah, he was on that team that won the championship.
The Renegades.
The Renegades. Okay,
Renegades.
He was on that team.
Yeah, Renegades.
When they won the championship. So.
Yeah, the Renegades. Yeah.
Shout out, man.
You brought. I don't know why I thought of this, but Shador was at the New York Giants game as a fan. I heard.
What the hell? Were they on bye?
Yeah.
Oh.
But why are you there?
I don't know. I saw he was at Colorado's game.
Yeah, he was at Colorado checking on Dion because I know he's been going through a lot.
Yeah, that team is terrible.
Yeah, but he's also been like battling like cancer.
I thought he beat cancer.
I think he did, and then I think it came back, and then I think he had to have some other procedure or something like that.
Well,
That's what I heard.
That sucks.
Well, I mean, he is like I don't think he's that old though. I don't think so.
Prayers up for Dion, bro.
Which last time we were talking about Mike Norvell getting fired, and
all
of these guys. Oh yeah, we predicted that Brian Kelly was gonna get. I did at least. I said Brian Kelly was gonna get fired. You said it was gonna be after the Alabama game, but
Hugh Freeze too.
I haven't really asked you about that.
Auburn fired Hugh Freeze as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Which one was the most like? I mean, which one did you see coming like?
Well, I mean, I thought both of them would get fired before too long. I just didn't think. And I still don't think it was the smartest move to fire Brian Kelly at that point in the season, because now you're just lost for the next 4 games. I mean, maybe not, though, because, I mean, we saw Florida bounce back without Billy Napier. They looked pretty good against Georgia. So, I mean, maybe not. We'll see.
LSU's kind of in a weird
But LSU's coaching staff is terrible. It wasn't just Brian Kelly.
Their AD gone, too?
AD's gone. I'm pretty sure they fired the offensive coordinator as well. So the defensive coordinator would be the coach, I assume.
They're just clean slating it.
Right, they're cooked right now for this year. But
they go get Marcus Freeman.
We'll see. That's what I want.
Notre Dame, dude.
I think
Notre
that
Dame's
makes the
gonna
most
have
sense.
to pay him, man.
But I don't know if Notre Dame, lets him go.
But I'm starting to get the feeling that people believe that Notre Dame won't give him the money he needs.
They might not. If I was Marcus Freeman, I'd rather coach at LSU.
Does it make sense for Marcus Freeman to be the highest paid coach in college football?
Because of the situation, yes.
But if he
right now, Cignetti is.
LSU, but if he goes to LSU, do you think he would make more than Cignetti?
I don't know.
Or if he stays at Notre Dame?
I don't know. They gave Cignetti a lot of money.
It was a lot.
So I don't know if he gets quite that much. But it's nothing because of him. It's just because Cignetti took that's kind of like a, hey, stay with us. We need you to stay with us. It's kind of like in the NBA. Remember when the salary cap went up a bunch and then the Wizards gave Otto Porter hella money? They gave him like they gave him
like a 4-year.
It was like an $100
$120 million
deal
for
Otto Porter. So I mean,
something crazy.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I feel like happened with Cignetti. It was kind of like, hey, we don't want you to leave. We know you would be better somewhere else. Please stay with us, And I just feel like that's not the same situation with Freeman. Now, it would be if Notre Dame paid him. But if it's LSU, I don't think he'll get paid that much.
Oh, yeah. Otto Porter's deal was 4 years, $106 million with the Nets. July 2017.
Yeah, it was 2017.
But then the Wizards matched, so the Wizards kept him.
That's what happened.
So he was a restricted free agent.
So, and that's why, let's talk about the NBA for a minute. That's why the Wizards were doomed to always be that team, because all their money was in John Wall, Bradley Beal, and Otto Porter. They were not allowed to have a front court.
Man, that was such a good team, dude. I miss John Wall, man.
But they had no type of front court, ever. They had Marcin Gortat and then, eventually Dwight Howard,
And Dwight Howard's bad.
Right,
I don't even think Dwight Howard played with John Wall for that.
I'm not sure if he did, but I know Gortat was their center for that run.
Nay, dude. Remember Nay? Nay?
Oh, Nene.
Yeah, the Nay, dude. Yeah. They had him, I think, for a little bit.
But that's still cheeks, bro. That's not good.
Let us know in the comments what you guys think about everything, bro. I appreciate the love on the channel. This is our first in-person episode. Very nice to get.
Yeah, for real.
We'll do it here. Thanks for watching, Goobers. I appreciate it. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment. See you later. Peace.